we can do. Add me. Take care of that. We're good. Hey, we're good. Good afternoon to everybody. It is now November 22nd. November 22nd. What a crazy craziness on that one. Let's turn that a little bit. There we go. Make it look a little bit better. November 22nd. It is now Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving. Brings back fond memories this week of Thanksgiving. First time I did a radio show was the week of Thanksgiving. It was actually the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Thanks, Tim, on that one. That was fun. That was the beginning of a whole lot of fun. Great learning experiences as we go through. Hey, that was real. That was definitely real versus theoretical. Hey, you should come on the show. Theoretical. Hey, we did it. That's real. Seems like there's so many different things that come up about theoretical versus real. In other words, things I'm going to do versus things that are done. About outcomes we look for versus how do we really get there. Business plan seems to be the big one, in that respect, which is like probably the easiest explanation of this thing. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's your exercise plan. Maybe it's your eating plan. Maybe it's how you're going to approach life. Maybe it's that bucket list. Maybe it's what you just want to do this year. This year, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do with family, friends, how you're going to anything. How you're going to accomplish absolutely anything. How do you do? Do you talk in general terms all the time? Or do you really get it down to like nitty gritty? The most interesting one goes back years ago. I used to help people write business plans. It was in an office. It was a sales situation. I was the assistant manager, not sales manager, assistant manager, whatever. Oh, it all became the same thing, except that the ability to sign off on documents. The ability to be held responsible for other people's actions. Ha ha ha. Gosh, that was real. That was not theoretical. That was definitely not theoretical. What a difference between that and coaching. You coach somebody, you make suggestions, you find the best way that you feel it is in the best interest of that person that you were coaching. You allow them to explore the different possibilities and the different things that they're very good at doing that maybe they don't know, and then you guide. You don't have to sign off on stuff. Well, if you have that title and you get to sign off on things, whole different story. Now all of a sudden it becomes a little bit different, as to what your suggestion really means. Hey, I really think you should do this. Is that theoretical or real? Well, if you have the title where you are overseeing somebody, that becomes a little bit more real rather than theoretical. So depends upon your role with somebody. But let's just talk about your role with your most important client, most important customer, most important person that you are going to impact. You. Yeah. How do we really interact with ourselves? Are we doing it in real fashion or in theoretical fashion? Theoretical fashion. I'm going to start eating healthier. Okay. There's a thought process. I'm going to start eating healthier. When and what in the world does healthier mean? I don't know. And if I'm using the word healthier to me and I'm the one who defines healthier, am I going to define healthier every day, every meal? Or am I going to move that definition around a little bit more so? It's crap. It's a crappy goal. I want to lose 10 pounds. Now you got a number affiliated with it. That's good. I want to be able to walk a mile. I want to be able to walk 2 miles. I want to be able to run 5 miles. I want to be able to ride a bicycle for a half an hour. Now, all of a sudden, that's real goals. It's real goals, not the theoretical, I'm going to go get on a bicycle. Okay. Do you own a bicycle? No. Oh, where are we going with this whole thing? Where are we going with the whole thing? So let's get back to it. Our goals. Let's go back a real life scenario. Real life scenario. And this goes back to when I was playing that assistant manager role, and it was years ago. So this is not a reflection on anybody. It's not a reflection on anybody at all that I speak to, interact with in any way, shape, or form today. It goes back a bit. The scenario, though, is appropriate. The names, and when the names, I wouldn't even make a difference if I mentioned a name anyhow. It doesn't. It doesn't make a difference. But we're writing business plans. All right. So we had a couple of business plans that made sense, and a couple that did not. That did not make sense. All right. What doesn't make sense? I want to do. That's a problem in and of itself, you know. But $500,000 in sales over the course of a year, over the course of 12 months, $500,000. Is that real or theoretical? It still is theoretical. It's a real number. Granted, you could put it down on a whiteboard. Granted, so that respect, it's good. You have a time frame, 12 months. That's good. We'll assume it's calendar year, but 12 months, even if it's 12 months, even if it's a rolling 12 months, hey, that's fine too. I mean, every month that drops off, you're going to do a new month, and the new month is going to be at least the amount of money that dropped off, assuming that it's 500,000. So real math. Let's assume your goal is $600,000 over a 12-month period of time, and then you're doing $50,000 a month. So when $150,000 drops off, then you need to do another $50,000 in order to catch up with the whole thing, and that's where that kind of goes. I just no, we're fine here. That's where that kind of goes. But how are you going to get to that $600,000? I'm going to do 600 is a number. It's a finite number, but it's still not an actionable idea. Therefore, I still think it falls into that theoretical number. I could pick a number out of this clear blue sky. All right, clear blue sky. But unless there's some strategic matter, unless there's some game plan in order to get there, it's like, how are you going to get there? What are you going to do? So it's just a number. It's just a pie in the sky number. Here's what's the difference. And this is what, really made sense with some of these plans that took place. All right. Some of them were backward looking, which was good because now we have foundation numbers in there. If you're always doing, you do $400,000 one year, 425 another, 450 the following year, and you continue to grow by about $25,000 a year. You pick a number of $600,000 and you did 550 the year prior. Is that a number? All of a sudden, that's a number with reality to it because it's a small increase from the prior year, which is what you've been doing. Maybe it's a little bit more than what you've been doing, but still, it's a little bit better. We still have that issue, though. All right. That plan. How are you going to get there? What are you going to do differently this year? I'm sorry. What are you going to do differently next year that you're doing this year that's going to help you to grow that amount of business? I don't know. Let's assume you're selling widgets and all the companies you work for have an historical growth rate of 10% a year, and 10% a year more is what they buy in the way of widgets. That's pretty good. That's good. That's recurring revenue. It's all the rest of that kind of stuff. That's a nice scenario. Maybe that's part of it. That's a 10%. That'd be all right. That actually would even fit our description. But now you're relying on other people, completely relying on other people to grow your business. You're not. What are your actionable ideas, actionable steps that you're going to take on that one? So prospecting is always a part of it. Back in the day, we were talking about cold calling and things like that. Maybe that's a little different now. But if it's networking, you could still use the same kind of structure that goes along with it. So you take networking, current clients as a role, and maybe flat out, like not referral networking, but just flat out networking. All right. So you could go with real numbers over here. And that is, I'm going to speak to 10 clients a day. I'm going to speak to, I'm going to reach out to 20 people I don't have a relationship with. That'd be your marketing. Where those 20 people come from could come from the next step is that you're going to reach out to 5 of your referral partners each and every day. So let's go, you start your day. You call your 10 clients, how's it going? What's going on? Da, da, da. You got the last shipment, that's great. Anything you have problems with, whatever your conversation is, but you certainly want to do that. Not every conversation has to be business. Call everybody, wish them a happy Thanksgiving. Nothing wrong with that. You call your 5 referral, and then maybe you ask them for referrals. Depends on the business, depends on relationship, depends what you want to do there. Your referral partners. Now that is the referral. You call on 5 of your referral partners each and every day. Same whatever conversation. Doesn't have to be anything huge. Be nice if you can give them a referral. It puts the pressure on them a little bit more so. Now you get your possible 10 people you've never spoken to before. Maybe it comes from your clients. Maybe it comes from your referrals. And then you can go back to, okay, you got 6 coming from those 2 parties. You got 4 more to go. And maybe you're just picking up the phone book, making a phone call. Maybe you're going on a client visit. You're going to knock on somebody's door that's nearby, whatever. But that's a real business plan. That's a real business plan. You have some idea as to how to get to that 600 mark because your clients see a 10% growth each and every year, and that's been pretty consistent. That's really good. But you're also working the other side of it, and you have actionable steps, real things that you are doing in order to reach that. Point, I'm just trying to get back to the page over there. In order to reach your, there we go. In order to reach your goals, that's real. That's not theoretical. That's absolutely real. Do we do it? Do we do it? How do we track that? How do we keep ourselves on point when it comes to these things? Gosh, it's so easy to get distracted. Hey, and I'm the guilty one on that one. So easy to get distracted doing these different things. Figure out a way to keep yourself engaged. Maybe it's rewarding yourself. Now, if you're trying to lose weight and you reward yourself for going out for ice cream, that's probably not the thing to do. Maybe you go out and buy yourself a book, a real hardcover book. Ooh, something to hold in your lap when you read. That could be exciting. Maybe it is some sort of exercise. Maybe you just want to go out for a hike, a walk, a run. Do it during lunch. Oh, yeah, I did that for a while. I would go out during lunch and go for a run. Wow, how freeing was it? It was good. It was change of pace. It was kind of good. Now different times I gotta reward myself. I maybe get a new lens or something like that for the camera or something. But figure out something that works for you that you could reward yourself with it. Maybe it's going out to dinner. Whatever works for you. It doesn't really matter. But if you do that, you take those steps, you wind up keeping those goals much more real because there is a reward that goes along with it. There is some action that takes place from some action, some activity that you've accomplished. And it is not about how much money did I make this month. It's not about achieving those financial goals. It's about achieving those activity goals. Continue to achieve the activity goals, and you will have everything else fall into place. There's no doubt in my mind that if you're structured, really truly structured in your efforts going out and reaching out to people, everything else will come to be. It'll just come to be. It's either a law of attraction or it's a higher authority. It's people being around you because you're achieving something. Maybe it's people riding your coattails. Maybe it's a bunch of other things. Maybe you're helping other people generate business. Boy, if you become a great referral partner going out, you should be able to get good referrals coming in. If you're not, conversation to take place. But that's it. I've always said that activity breeds activity. The example I was given on that one was these different trade shows. All right, go to a trade show. And now we're doing them in person again too, so it's kind of easier to see, really truly see. But go to a trade show. You walk down the aisles. You take a look at these different booths. Where are you going to stop? What booth are you going to stop at? Are you more likely to stop at a booth where nobody's there, or are you going to more likely to stop at a booth where a lot of people are there? Well, if a lot of people are there, there must be some excitement going on. If nobody's there, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just boring. Maybe it's just boring. You want to equate it to food? Because we equate everything to food. What about the last time you went on vacation? Walking down Main Street, all those gift shops are there, all those restaurants are there. Time to eat. Which restaurant do you go into? The one that's empty? You can get a seat immediately. Or the one that's full, you got to wait. You're waiting. You're most likely going to wait. You have no idea what's going on inside of those, or anything about the food in those restaurants, anything like that. But you're going to follow where the activity is. Activity breeds activity. It happens all the time with restaurants. All the time. Happens all the time at trade shows. They're all at the ones where there's more activity going on. And it happens internally too. And that's why I really think if you're setting up a business plan, a marketing plan, or any plan you're doing for your business or for some project that you're working on, the idea is to focus more on the activities, more on the steps that you are absolutely positively in control of rather than the outcome. You know what your outcome is. That's the mission statement. That's what you're going to talk about when you got your 30 seconds, right? That's what the outcome is. But that outcome is in the future. That outcome is not actionable. It's painting a picture, painting a still picture. We need to get to the video side of that picture. We need to get to the moving portions of that picture. So really focus on, if you're going to be doing your annual review or New Year's resolutions or just your monthly, what happened so far, this month or this year, however you do that, but focus much more on your activities rather than anything else. And look, I've said a lot here too. Oh, you don't want to have all more guests. Well, what actions have I really taken to do that? Not that many. I've spoken about it, but I haven't really taken that many actions to do it. When I start taking the actions to do it, that'll make a difference. Set up a Calendly account. Well, that's an action. That'll make it easy to communicate with everybody. A couple of forms, that intake form, finalize it. Oh, that's an action to take too. And who's responsible for that? Me. Just me. I start doing that. Then it's a matter of, I need to share it. Maybe I share it with 5 people a day. 5 people a day, reach out to folks and say, hey, look, do the show. Love to have you on as a guest. If you're interested, go to my Calendly account, check out the website. Go to the website. It has more information about what it is. And the info sheet is there. That's it. Won't take terribly long for me to do if I take the action steps. 5 people out a day. Good. It's all done. Just need to do it. Haven't done it. Need to do it. That's a real plan, not the theoretical, want to have more guests. That's theory, not reality. Think about what you're going to be doing when you do your plans. Think about what you're doing in any aspect of what it is. Are you relying on other people to achieve your goals, not to help you achieve your goals, but to actually achieve your goals? Let's go back to our original example, right? If those 10 businesses that the person works with all grow by 10% and their sales grow by 10% and their purchasing grows by 10% and everything stays exactly the same, then those commissions from those 10 companies to get that at $600,000 will grow by 10% a year. That's a beautiful scenario. How realistic is that scenario? Probably not. The realism side of it is that some may grow a little bit quicker than others. Some might not see any growth. Some might find somebody else to go. If that happens, you lose 10% of your sales right off the bat. Now all of a sudden you have 9 people making up for it, not 10. You need to replace it. The only person that's going to replace that is going to be you. That's where that activity side of it comes in. So always be prospecting, EBP, not that other initial, but always be prospecting. Always be trying to go out there and fill that pipeline of yours. But it's up to you to do it. It's up to you to take whatever it is you're doing and make it real, not theoretical. Anything. You want to learn about something, you have to do it. You have to set a time frame. You have to set the activities. You have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you, just you. People will support you. That's great. We all need those support people, without a doubt. But we still need to make it you taking care of you. That's what makes it real, not theoretical. That's what absolutely makes the whole thing real. That's what we got today. So sometimes when we do that speak well, speak often kind of a thing, we need to speak to ourselves and to speak in reality. When we do that, when we get ourselves together, when we're really doing those activities, people are going to see it. You're going to walk more confidently. You're going to speak with more authority. You're going to achieve your goals, and people are going to want to know why. That is when you speak well, and you speak often, and you live with enthusiasm, and people will see that. And I'm telling you, it's a great thing when people do, because you know what's going to really happen with that one? In reality, you're going to wind up working that much harder because it's now fun. It's no longer work. It's fun. It's fun to do this stuff. It's fun for other people to see your success, especially if you're sharing it with other people too. Oh, especially if you're doing that. And it's fun every once in a while to reward yourself because you ultimately deserve it, because it is always you. It's your life, your effort, your goals, your desires. Don't ever stop. Just keep it going. No matter how long it takes, no matter how much of a struggle it is, it really should be there. And I can even reference something that was mentioned today in one of our chats. It's the same thing. How do you find that lifeblood? How do you find, in this case, the water you need? Well, sometimes you got to walk around a lot and be frustrated and not see anything, and then have the faith that you will find it. And when you do find it, you're going to see a lot of growth, a lot of prospects, and a lot of things happen from it. And that'll be a great thing. That'll be terrific. Keep it going. Keep it going, my friends. All right. Speak well, speak often, live inspired. Have yourself an absolutely wonderful day and stick to those goals. Make the rest of the year count.